All right.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 2021 Philosophy Awards ceremony. This is the first time we're holding the awards ceremony remotely over Zoom. So please bear with us. And I just want to say thanks so much to the advising staff who organized this event. Not at all easy to organize something like this, and they did a great job. So whatever successes this event has is due to them, and whatever blunders and failures those will be coming directly out of my mouth. So apologies in advance. Thank you so much for coming. I'm hoping that next year we'll be able to hold this event in person again. But this is the best we've got for now. My name's Cody Gilmore. I'm chair of the philosophy department here at UC Davis. So I'd like to introduce the philosophy advising staff who have been so instrumental in all the students' progress through our major and also in putting on this awards ceremony. So Alyssa Magorian, Jillian Hancock, Kristen Tamison, Stacy Jenkins, Melina Gillies-Doherty, Rachel Hale. Thank you so much. I'd also like to introduce Professor Jan Zeif. Professor Zeif is our faculty undergraduate advisor, and in that capacity, he oversees the undergraduate philosophy major. So thank you, Professor Zeif. So on behalf of the philosophy department, I'd like to congratulate all of our graduating philosophy majors and our philosophy essay contest winner and runner-up for their hard work, their dedication, and their scholarly achievements. The entire academic year, as we know, has been completely dominated by the pandemic, which is why we find ourselves here via Zoom having this event rather than in person as we normally do. All of our classes were conducted entirely remotely in philosophy, so we have not been in the same classroom as a student the entire year. I hope this is the last year that happens. This is the first time it's happened. And this is made for a less than ideal educational experience in many, many ways. So many of our students, through no fault of their own, were not able to continue their studies, or some did continue their studies, but appropriately gave priority to other aspects of their lives. And that's understandable, admirable, but it's a fact, and it needs to be acknowledged. This year has been unlike any other year. But on the other hand, some students rolled with it and managed to handle the changes, continue focusing on their academic work, and in many cases did extremely well. And given the circumstances especially, you just cannot overstate how amazing and how impressive that is. So good job. It's just, to me, it's mind-blowing how well our students, many of them, have handled this year. It's inspiring. So, as we all have, I've seen how hard the pandemic has been on people from a couple of angles. I have a 16-year-old son who's at home and spent almost the whole academic year, whole school year, doing remote learning from his bedroom. And I did most of my academic and administrative work as chair from the adjacent bedroom for most of the year, converted into my home office. And I won't say that we were at each other's throats for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, but sharing the house and sharing the Wi-Fi was not always a harmonious experience. So it's amazing to me that he managed to complete the academic year in high school, and somehow I muddled through the year as well. But our students, so many of them have done just amazingly well. And especially those of you here today, again, it just blows my mind how well people have done. I mean, I know how hard it is to get anything accomplished, especially something really esoteric and remote as philosophy often is. So the fact that you all have done so well just amazes me. So I admire you for your perseverance and your amazing accomplishments. So you all should be extremely proud. I just want to stop and give a hand to all of our students this year. One last thing I want to do before we move on with the event, I want to do a screen share, and I'm doing this for our students' parents as much as for our students themselves. But here's a screen share that I think will reinforce your satisfaction with having done a philosophy major. So this is a graphic indicating the mid-career median salaries of people by major. So this is people who have majored in a given field but not gone on to do graduate work, and it ranks these majors by mid-career salary. You can see that up there at the top is chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, math, finance, philosophy, very high up. You'll see the philosophy majors outperform chemistry majors, marketing majors, political science majors, accounting majors, all these other majors by mid-career salary. Psychology way down there. I won't say anything negative about these other majors, but I think you guys have made a good choice, not just because of the intrinsic value of studying philosophy, although I think it does have sky-high intrinsic value, but also because I think you can be confident that doing a philosophy major is correlated with doing well in terms of your salary later in life. So let's just take a moment to bask in the good news. All right, so I will turn things over to, whoops, that's not what I want. Turn things over to our faculty undergraduate advisor, Professor Jan Zeif, to discuss the awards that we'll be moving to next.
Yeah, so I think I'll just say how we, allocated these awards, and then I believe the individual recipients will be introduced, individually, right? So we have two categories of citations that we allocate every year, at least in theory. One is the citation for outstanding performance, and indeed all of you are recipients of this citation, which is based on, as it says, academic performance, so basically GPA and general how you did in the major academically. There's also a department citation, which recognizes contributions to the life of the department, but that's one of the things that haven't gone so well in the COVID period, which is, you know, that the life of the department hasn't continued as usual. So like the philosophy clubs and other groups haven't really seen much or any undergraduate involvement. In fact, the philosophy club has gone in hiatus. So that's the background to why we haven't allocated any department citations. But, you know, it's not bad to have a citation for outstanding performance. You know, it sounds outstanding, and it is. So yeah, we set a threshold, sort of a GPA threshold every year, we as the undergraduate committee. And I guess I can disclose that this threshold this year was 3.85. So yeah, we also have the essay contest, which is another type of award. So every year there is this contest for undergraduates based on philosophy essays that were submitted to classes. And this year, again, we have two winners, a winner and the runner-up, I should say. So should I, you know, just announce the winners? The winners are Ibrahim Dager, and as a runner-up, Jacob Derin. Ibrahim wrote on an essay on numbers and explanation, a defense of Baker's indispensability argument, which was for the metaphysics class 101, winter 21. And Jacob wrote a paper for philosophy 116, I believe environmental ethics, in fall 2020, entitled A Defense of an Independent Normative Constraint Against Intentional Deceptions. So these reviews are, I mean, these submissions are always peer reviewed anonymously. So we have a group of professors who receive the anonymous versions of these essays. And then, you know, here we are with our two winners. Many congratulations. Cody, you know, back to our citation recipients. Should I read the names, or do you want to, since you want to take over the, you know, the individual introduction? So
yeah,
okay.
I'll take it from here.
And I mean, the two essay contest winners should then also be introduced individually. I mean, I didn't do that. I just gave the titles. Okay.
Sure, thanks. So those of you who are receiving citations and who are recognized for the essay contest, if as I'm getting to you, you could message me in the chat and just let me know what your preferred pronoun is. He, she, they. That will help me as I'm reading your bio. So I'm going to start with Caitlin Elizabeth Batty. And Caitlin, if you could just message me in the chat with your pronoun, that would make the bio run a little more easily. And I will move on from there. Thanks. And then as I'm getting up, I think you all can see your names on the, well, I actually don't know whether you know the order in which your names are listed or not, but I'll try to keep track, and we'll move from here. Okay, so Caitlin Elizabeth Batty is our first our first recipient of an outstanding performance citation. Caitlin is a psychology and philosophy double major. Over the last 4 years, Caitlin has enjoyed getting to know fellow philosophy peers, playing on the club water polo team, learning new things, and attending life-changing lectures by some of the greatest instructors that she's ever met. According to Caitlin, The late nights in the library learning symbolic logic were worth it. Excellent. I think they were. Congratulations, Caitlin. Okay. Next, we're getting to Tony Aguilar. And Tony, if you could message me, that would be super helpful. Thank you. Tony is a transfer student from Central California and with a particular interest in environmental ethics. Fantastic. I hope that that's an increasing area of interest for our students. One of the most important things you can study in philosophy, I always say. During Tony's time at UC Davis, he volunteered for CalPIRG students and also took part in the UC Davis Washington program, where he interned for the Center for Health, Environment, and Justice. After graduation, Tony hopes to continue studying philosophy and eventually become a professor at a university. Fantastic. Congratulations, Tony. Next, we come to Victoria Vicuña. And Victoria, if you could message me through chat with your preferred pronoun. Thanks. Okay. My phone is going crazy. I forgot to mute my phone. Victoria is originally from Stockton, California. Victoria studied philosophy with a pre-med emphasis and has taken a personal interest in bioethics. Fantastic. Throughout Victoria's 4 years at UC Davis, she participated in the University Honors Program and worked as an intern at the TRACS Research Department. In addition, Victoria was a rower for the UC Davis women's rowing team for 2 years and was a member of the Joan Viteri Memorial Clinic during her senior year. Victoria also completed an undergraduate honors thesis with Professor Tina Rulli entitled The Ethics of Animal Research and the Problem of Marginal Cases. Congratulations, Victoria. Next, we come to Xiaoyi Zhao. And if you could message me with your preferred pronoun, I would thank you so much. Xiaoyi, when asked for a brief biography, shared the following thoughts. It's a numbered, reconstructed argument, which I'm happy to say we have instilled in our philosophy students as the core of any philosophy paper, an argument in standard form. Premise 1, I'm qualified for making some sort of accomplishments through my philosophy studying, if and only if I fulfill what the word accomplishment indicates here. Premise 2, if the word accomplishment here indicates my changing old ways of thinking and becoming more creative, I fulfill what the word accomplishment indicates here. Conclusion, therefore, if the word accomplishment indicates such, then I am qualified for making some sort of accomplishment. However, this seems like I'm just a beneficiary, and I want to say thank you again to all my philosophy professors here. Well, thank you, Xiaoyi Zhao. I'm a fan of most arguments in standard form, and this is no exception. Okay, Sutang Alex Lee is next. And if you could message me with your preferred pronoun, that would be helpful to me. I will proceed in either case. Alex did not begin their UCD academic career with a philosophy major. Though they took the introductory philosophy class in freshman year and loved it, they did not have the courage to pursue it, fearful of it not being practical for a real life career. Later, they took a philosophy class taught by Professor Thor Harris, and his brilliant teaching set their love for philosophy ablaze and solidified the rest of their academic journey in philosophy. From then on, their appetite for philosophy never ceases to grow, imbuing them with the strength to override all previous unnecessary and foolish doubts stemming from cultural and social academic norms, and ending their career with the subject they love. They'd like to send their warmest regards to Dr. Harris. They owe it all to him. Alex completed an undergraduate thesis with Professor Harris entitled A Quest on Death. It explores the positive value of death beyond its maleficent guise in a collection of various Western and Eastern philosophies.
If Alex is here, I apologize for not spotlighting you, but I couldn't find you in the list of attendees. So.
Congratulations, Alex. And our next citation recipient is Kieran James Monks. Kieran, if you could message me with your preferred pronoun, that would be helpful. Thank you. Kieran originally entered the university with the intent to study medicine, but found himself enticed by the variety of philosophical topics Davis has to offer. Kieran was able to step outside of his comfort zone with subjects such as epistemology and environmental ethics. He explored new facets of his established interests with philosophy of biology and many other sciences. Kieran is currently applying to law school, and every day he finds himself using many of the crucial skills that UC Davis and its wonderful professors taught him. Thank you for the kind words, Kieran, and congratulations. Our next citation recipient is Kevin Justice Gynes. Hi, Kevin. If you could message me, that would be great with your preferred pronoun. Thank you. Kevin's from Stockton, California, and is applying to medical school this month. Kevin shared that college was not originally on his radar, and that he's a philosophy major entirely by chance. Kevin wanted to join the Marine Corps, but his parents asked him to apply to at least 2 colleges, and if Kevin got in, he had to go. Kevin then scrolled the list of majors, and whatever his mouse landed on, he clicked. Kevin remembers his first college class ever taken was Philosophy 1, Intro to Philosophy in the Death Star, a class and a location I know well. When the instructor walked in, he said to the class, and here I won't reveal who this instructor was. The instructor said, "I love the story, but I don't want to give away too much information, which may incriminate the innocent or not so innocent." The instructor said, "What's up, everyone? I don't have anything planned for today, so if there are no questions, you can go and enjoy your day." To which Kevin thought, I think I can actually do this college thing. Kevin has come to enjoy and greatly appreciate the field of philosophy, and I trust that the rest of the lectures were a bit more substantive than that one. He's especially come to enjoy the field of philosophy, especially in ethics, where he's been challenged and has grown the most from Dr. Ruley's bioethics courses. Kevin shared that he wants to give a sincere thank you to everyone in the philosophy department that gave him this opportunity to learn and who has contributed to Kevin's development. Kevin shared that he has a philosophy study group nicknamed the Phi Fam, and they have a running logic joke given in philosophical logical formalism, which I could pronounce, got a universal quantifier in there. For all x, if Lx, then Px. Lx means x is taking logic, and Px means x is part of the Phi Fam. Translation into English: for anyone who takes logic, then they are part of the Phi Fam. So congratulations, Kevin. Love that translation, love the logic. I'm easily won over by logic, I guess. All right, our next citation recipient is Muhammad Hamza Khan. And Mohammed, if you could message me, that would be great. Mohammed is a student in my Philosophy 111 class. Mohammed started UC Davis as a philosophy major with a pre-med emphasis, and over the course of his first year decided that although medicine wasn't the field that he wanted to be in, philosophy was still invaluable to him. The ability to analyze arguments and articulate yourself in a professional and efficient manner is especially important through all industries. It was always a bonus factor talking about their philosophy degree and why he chose it during any interview. He's learned so many invaluable lessons from his philosophy classes that he genuinely feels as if he's a much more educated and well-spoken person due to it. And I'm sure the special relativity in my Philosophy 111 space and time class won't hurt either. Mohammed is very thankful to the whole department, who is extremely friendly and are among the most intelligent people that Mohammed has ever met. Oh, that's nice to hear. He wants to give a big shout out to Professor Molyneux, Professor French, Professor Sennett, and Professor Gilmore, thanks, for continuing to influence him positively in the pursuit of his degree. Thanks very much, Mohammed, and congratulations. I see you're wearing your robe as we speak. Great to see. Our next citation recipient is Delaney Rebecca Miller, and Delaney, if you're here, could you message me? Thanks. Delaney comes from a long line of philosophy majors. That alone, like, I almost never hear that. So, wow, a long line of philosophy majors. That's very cool. And was eager to start her very own philosophy journey at UC Davis. Her time at UC Davis was short but sweet, as she finished her degree in only 2.5 years. Wow, congratulations. Along the way, Delaney made connections with fellow students, professors, and was constantly looking for ways to get involved in the Davis community, whether it was through school activities and clubs or off-campus gatherings with friends for movie nights or at the Davis Farmers Market. She immersed herself in all fields of philosophy, but most specifically ethical and political philosophy, and hopes to carry the lessons she learned from these classes into the real world as she starts her new chapter of life. Excellent, great to hear. Congratulations, Delaney. Our next citation recipient is Noah Guajardos Schwartzbach. And Noah, if you could message me, that would be great. So Noah is happy that they decided to study philosophy at UC Davis. They've met a lot of great students and professors. Noah knows that they will always continue to utilize the skills that they gained while studying philosophy. Wonderful to hear. Congratulations, Noah. Our next citation recipient is Justin J. Prentice. Justin, if you could message me with your preferred pronoun, that would be helpful to me. Thank you. Justin is from Newport Beach, California, and hopes to attend law school following a short time away from formal education. His greatest source of strength through his undergraduate years has been his family, particularly his mom and grandparents, who have helped to shape and guide his curious mind from a young age, while always allowing for the freedom to think as an individual. Justin is also a proud member of the Sigma Chi fraternity on campus, and as Magister of the House, established a values-based new member curriculum that is derived in part from the ethics of his favorite philosophers, such as Aristotle, Immanuel Kant, Friedrich Nietzsche, and Albert Camus. Very cool. As a graduate of the Huntsman Leadership Summit, a selective leadership development program through Sigma Chi, he hopes to carve out a lasting legacy as a servant leader of others. His 4 years at Davis were unforgettable, largely thanks to amazing professors and incredible peers, such as Julie Cooper. Justin Justin is grateful to be recognized for this achievement and looks forward to continuing to live the examined life Socrates called for throughout his future endeavors. Thank you, Justin, and congratulations, Justin. Great job. Our next citation recipient is Mara Rayed Saba, and I believe that Rachel, did you say that you wanted to do Mara's bio, or shall I?
Oh, you can read it. I just wanted to say a little something about
Oh, okay.
Mara after you're done, since she was my
Okay.
peer advisor.
All right. Mara Saba is from Rancho Cordova, California. In addition to the philosophy major with a pre-law emphasis. Oh, and Mara, if you could message me with your preferred pronoun, that would help me. Thank you. In addition to the philosophy major, she minored in Latin. Although her major and minor were challenging and at times frustrating, they were incredibly rewarding subjects to pursue. One of the most memorable parts of her time at UC Davis was working as an orientation leader in 2019. Mara really enjoyed welcoming incoming philosophy majors and students from other majors and colleges. Finally, being a peer advisor this past year in the Yellow Cluster for, I will skip over some of this. Apologies to those of you who wrote bios, and I'm skipping over some of the material that you read. I've done that for several people, but sometimes I'm just not able to read everything that's written. Being a peer advisor this past year in Yellow Cluster was the perfect way to conclude her undergraduate journey. Mara wants to give a huge thank you to the philosophy department and the Yellow Cluster staff. Shout outs to Rachel, Stacy, Alyssa, Jillian, Melina, and Kristen, and the peer advisors for all their hard work and support. Congratulations, Mara, and thank you. And Rachel, if you could.
So Mara, well, I was the peer advisor supervisor this last year, so I just wanted to say a big thank you to Mara. We hired her last spring and she has been fantastic. She came in with a lot of really good experience from being an orientation leader, and we were very lucky to have her. And I really wish she wasn't graduating, but she's got to go on to bigger and better things. So congrats, Mara.
Congrats, Mara. Thank you again. Several of our distinguished undergraduates couldn't join us today. I would still like to recognize them. They are Tian Leo Chen. So congratulations to Leo. Mengju Yuan. Congratulations to Mengju Yuan. And Lemuel Herg. Congratulations to Lemuel. All right, that completes the list of citation recipients this year. We turn now to our philosophy essay contest winner and runner-up. The runner-up is Jacob Darren again, sorry, Jacob, if you could message me if you're here with your preferred pronoun, that makes it easier for me to read the bios in an appropriate way. Thank you. Jacob's paper was entitled A Defense of an Independent Normative Constraint Against Intentional Deception, written for Philosophy 116. Jacob is a third-year philosophy and English major with pre-law and creative writing emphases. Fantastic combination. Jacob has been a member of the UCD Stand-Up Comedy Club since his first year, performing for sold-out lecture halls and post-COVID Zoom meetings. He's currently working on a philosophy research project on population ethics and axiological paradoxes surrounding potential contributions of welfare. Potential distributions of welfare. Jacob can often be found thinking or laughing too hard about things that would never make sense to other people. Congratulations, Jacob. Next, I turn to the winner of our essay contest, Ibrahim Dagher. Ibrahim, thank you. Ibrahim's paper was entitled Numbers and Explanation, a Defense of Baker's Indispensability Argument. This is the paper. I haven't read the paper. I assume that's in response to the work of Alan Baker. Is that correct? Alan Baker is somebody I went to graduate school with. He does philosophy of mathematics. He has a celebrated argument about the reality of numbers that has to do with the way in which mathematical properties figure into explanations of physical phenomena, such as phenomena in biology, one of which is especially relevant to what's happening right now. So cicadas, there are some cicadas that have a 17-year life cycle. And Ibrahim, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the fact that 17 is a prime number, which biologists have used to explain why it's every 17 years and not every 12 years, every 15 years. 17 is prime, a prime number, which is a mathematical property of a number. And that fact is relevant to explaining why the cycle is 17 and not 12 or 15 years. 12 and 15 are not prime numbers. It's a long, and the story is more complicated than I can do justice to right now. But this is a cicada year. So it's especially appropriate for, this is a cicada year. And it's kind of meaningful to me too, because it's been 17 years since I got my PhD in the same program as Alan Baker, 2004. So a cool year all around. Ibrahim is a first-year philosophy student. So pretty amazing for a first-year philosophy student to win this award. Does not happen often. First-year philosophy student whose area of interests include philosophy of religion and epistemology. His favorite part of his philosophy experience so far has been working with Dr. Hannah Tierney on getting his determinism paper published at the Prometheus Journal of Philosophy. Ibrahim is especially thankful for Dr. Hanti Lin, Dr. David Glick, Dr. Bernard Molyneux, Dr. Alyssa Ney, and to Jordan Bell, who's one of our instructors and is currently working on his PhD in our PhD program here, for being gracious and consistent sources of philosophical inquiry throughout the year. Congrats, Ibrahim. Excellent job, and congrats to all of our citation recipients, our essay contest winners and runner-up, and congratulations to all of our graduating philosophy majors. Again, the degree to which the difficulty of studying at all has increased in the pandemic, it just boggles the mind. So it's an accomplishment that is just that much more impressive in this difficult year that we've all had. So great job. Everybody should be extremely proud of themselves who's managed to get by this year. So thank you all so much for coming to this event. It's been great getting to know some of you through Zoom, and I hope that I can interact with some of you in the future in person as we gradually transition back to in-person studies. To all of our graduates, I hope you'll keep in touch. I hope you'll send us emails letting us know what you're doing. I'm sure you're headed toward fantastic adventures in life. So please keep us posted so we can bask in a little bit of reflected glory.
And for the
Thanks again.
citation winners and the essay contest winners, if you haven't sent me your address yet, please do so that I can mail you your physical copy of your certificate. I have not sent any out yet. It will be a little bit, but yeah, thank you.
And Stacy is suggesting an unmuted round of applause, which sounds like a great idea. So why don't we all just unmute and give our graduating philosophy majors and our award recipients, our citation recipients, essay contest winner and runner-up, let's give them all a big hand.
Yay!
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations.
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 Excellent. All right. Well, I'll let everybody get on with their busy day. If you're in Davis, enjoy the weather. It's one of the most beautiful days that we're probably going to have all year. If you're not in Davis, well, I can just say this is the one time you can be jealous of our weather in Davis. Thanks, everyone.